Welcome to Access a Trader, the #1 community for those who are committed to taking control of their trading in order to achieve success, profitability, and longevity. Thank you for joining us. Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessATrader.com nightly update show. Hope everybody is doing well. Guys, take a moment out, support the channel. All it takes is a second of your time, less than a second. All I ask is click a like, share the video, subscribe if you haven't done so already. And hopefully, again, I can continue to bring you value. Just a quick reminder, guys, the June 22nd date is fast approaching. That is kind of when we're going to do the refresher of the PS60 theory, adding a whole bunch of new developments that we've caught in the last 5 years. So if you are interested or ever been interested in pivots and you thought about to see if it's a right fit for you, might as well come between now and June 22nd, because again, you will be included in the June 22nd refresher workshop. So just kind of reminder there. So let's talk about the tape. Market continues to grind up. That's all it is. Market continues to grind up. There is an obvious obviously a seller's remorse over the last several weeks when we kind of gave back and kind of reclaimed back the 50-day moving average. And now we're just moving high. And the most important thing that we talked about for the last 3 weeks of this magnificent rally is the market's ability to move away bad news, right? We saw a headline. It was either last night or this morning, can't remember. But it was coming out of China basically saying that it's going to be tough, right? And I'm obviously paraphrasing. It's going to be tough making a deal with the United States. If this headline would have came out a month ago, 2 months ago, we would have been down 1,000 points, literally 1,000 points on the NASDAQ. Instead, we were green. And that's the whole point. We are at the point that, yeah, cool, let's get a trade deal done. Other than that, we're just going to keep on grinding and grinding and grinding. Where's the next where's the next catalyst for fear? I don't know. Maybe a nuclear, something nuclear threat from China, from Iran. Who the hell knows? But as of right now, we are, and you can see it for yourself, we are kind of tone deaf into the whole tariff move. And as you can see here, individual names continue to do really, really well, right? Incredibly well here. You have NVIDIA that, came out with pretty good earnings. They sold it on earnings, but now, again, you can see we put in 4 days in a row of higher lows, right? Here's a low, higher low, higher low, higher low. And now we are, a day or two away from, trying to confirm the earnings highs, right? That looks really, really good. Really, really good. Look at Meta. Meta continues just to go nuts, right? Continues to go nuts ever since it reclaimed back the 50-day moving average. It's been a stairways to heaven. We kind of talked about the pivot over the weekend video that it took out the 662 2.5 weeks range, and here we go again. We are rallying. CRWV. I tell you one thing. This has all the makings of a parabolic gamma squeeze. I heard the word gamma squeeze. I don't know what it means. A gamma squeeze, right? I'm not an options trader. I get it. Kind of, sort of, right? But they are coming in, guys, for some pretty aggressive call buying. A buyer came in for the June 20th expiration for the $200 calls, right? Every single time the stock goes red on the day, they trap. Right? They trap, and then they send it right back higher. So this is a name that you want to continue. If you are playing CRWV, this is a name you kind of want to continue to buy into dips, but only if it doesn't take out the previous day's low. That's the point, folks. People are getting squeezed, massacred over and over and over again, right? They came in for the 170 weeklies. They came in with 175 weeklies. They came in for the June 20th 200 weeklies. The buyers are trapping over and over and over again. And your first clue is if it loses a previous day's low, that's when you have a chance of a backside trade. But as you can see here, and again, the last time we saw it take out the previous day's low, it went from 113 all the way to 105, right? That's my point. You have to wait till it takes out the previous day's low. So you have, again, another scenario of 4 consecutive days of higher lows. And that's a very, very important part. Any weakness in the morning, as long as, like, for example, tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, today's low is 144.30. As long as it doesn't take out 44.30, right? It's a trap. It's an absolute trap. So the only time that CRWV could be a validated short if it starts building below 144.30. But until then, I think what it looks like to me, they're going to try to squeeze this damn thing at least to the 170 area where they're betting this morning for the weekly expiration, and then try to get this thing really parabolic to 200. Let's talk about Amazon. Okay, Amazon is one of my favorite stocks to trade. I trade about 10 stocks, right? This is definitely one of my favorite 10 stocks to trade. The problem with Amazon is it doesn't know we're in a bull market yet. I'm not sure why. It doesn't know. Maybe one day it'll tell it. This is starting to remind me of that 295 breakout we had on Tesla. You guys remember that? Take a snapshot, a mental snapshot of this channel. You see how it keeps on bumping into supply? Down, 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 right? Look at Tesla. You remember that 295 break that we were waiting for like 3 weeks? And after a while, I turned around and I go, man, this damn thing doesn't break out soon. I'm going to lose my mind, right? So you see this, it's the same thing. It just keeps on going sideways, sideways, sideways. And they were betting, that they were betting at that time 300, 305, 310 calls. And eventually, right, boop, it finally freaked out, right? So look at Amazon, right? Look at Amazon. We are going now sideways for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 2 weeks. 11, 12, 13, 14. Tomorrow will be day 15. That's 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks of distribution. Guys, they're coming for the 210 weeklies. They're coming for the 215s for next week over and over and over again. The question is when, right? When? I've been watching Amazon now for literally for 2 weeks. I'm waiting for it. I think once it finally gets back above once it gets back above the 65, no, what is it? I'm sorry, the 50, what the hell is this thing? This is the 150 day, right? Once it starts reclaiming back the 150-day moving average, Amazon's going to light up. Okay, they have the options market there. They have the tight consolidation. They have the sentiment. So I'm definitely watching Amazon. It's definitely one of my favorite setups. The problem is it's just not confirming. We'll see. Look at a name like GRRR. Great. Right? GRRR. What did it do today? Kind of what I want Amazon to do, right? It got rid of this whole long distribution channel out of supply, reclaimed the 50-day moving average, and this is the highest close in the whole formation. You have expansion volume. You can see you have expansion volume here. Keep an eye on, right? If it can confirm today's channels tomorrow, maybe this thing will give a day 2. Look at ASTS, right? ASTS is trying to confirm a very, very long channel that's going back to January, February, March, right? All it needs to do is confirm these March highs, and this thing could really start lighting up. Again, keep an eye on that. And my favorite trade for potentially the next couple of days is going to be Tesla, right? So Tesla gave us a magnificent run from 295 all the way to 355, reclaimed 355, went to 267. But now we are in this area of, well, it's getting a little tired. We're starting to see some put buying come in. Buyers are coming in pretty aggressively today. A guy came in for this June 20th expiration for the $300 puts, 500 grand. We saw some 300 grand, and the buyers came in pretty aggressively. And as you can see here today, it stopped right on daily support. You see it? It stopped right on daily support. So here's kind of what I'm thinking, right? If it starts losing the daily support in the next couple of days, guys, we got at least another $10 potential. Well, why am I talking about this? Well, today was the first incision, right? This was literally my only trade of the day. Literally my only trade of the day. I was done within the first 8 minutes of the day. 340.60 is 60 minutes support. If it loses 340, it can get hit. Now, why was 340.60, 3, what the hell's in the price? Why was 340.60 60 minutes support? So number one, the most important part of this whole equation, it lost the previous day's low, right? The previous day's low was 343. So the question is, well, why didn't you short it below 343? Well, there's an answer to that, right? If you look at the 60-minute support, let me get rid of this fake wick, right? If you look at the 60-minute support, you have all this channel here was 43. So it lost 43 and it stopped. It was supposed to stop right at the Bollinger Band, right? So I waited for it to hit the Bollinger Band. It bounced. So once it lost that Bollinger Band below that 340.60 level, this thing just got absolutely murdered. So now we're waiting for it, right? Now we're waiting for it to see if there is a day two. If this thing loses, folks, if this thing loses, what the hell is this, by the way? If this thing loses, I don't even know. I have so many bands, I can't even tell which one was which. But if this thing loses this band today and it starts confirming today's channels, guys, this thing has room to 318. If it loses 318, then it has room to like 310. So Tesla, I am definitely my top watch for the next 2 days to the downside, okay? And Amazon in the next 2 days, I am definitely my top watch is definitely to the upside. Hopefully something gives, right? Hopefully one of these things confirmed tomorrow. They don't have to, but but potentially they could. The most important part is don't anticipate, don't guess, right? Don't guess, don't anticipate. Amazon doesn't have to confirm. Tesla doesn't have to confirm down. Remember, Tesla could have been put in this short intermediate low today and then starts bouncing tomorrow to the highs. The key is know your levels, guys. That's the whole point. We don't guess. We're not in the guessing business. We're not that smart. Okay, nobody is. Okay, we don't know where the stock is going to go until it takes out an upper channel or it takes out a lower channel. So Amazon to the upside tomorrow, potentially. Tesla to the downside tomorrow, potentially. And the most important thing is, guys, stop chasing these random, stupid stocks that retail is chasing. Again, there's an old adage, right? There's an old adage. If you believe that 90% of all new traders, in my opinion, the first 3 to 5 years, right? 0 to 5 years, you're a new trader. You need to see at least 2 bull markets, 2 bear markets, and a couple of maybe distribution channels before you can consider yourself a veteran trader. Okay, if you're trading for 3 years and all you know is up, 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 not really a lot of data to lean towards. So my point is, you need to put yourself in a position, okay, that you have to accept that the market is going to do what it wants to do, when it wants to do it. Okay, a plan is a plan. Okay, but until it confirms, all it is a plan. So don't anticipate, don't guess, don't try to be the smartest person in the room. Wait for confirmation and strike with extreme prejudice. Guys, have a great night, everybody. Stay blessed. I got to run. Hope everybody's doing well. And with God's help, I will see you on the field tomorrow.